Previously on GOSPOCAST. We talked about the likeness. Now watch this now. When God created us and put the image of God in us, He created in the image of God. He put something in our DNA. He put something in the DNA of our spirit that is God. So now, that thing that is put in our spirit, in the DNA of our spirits, need to see God in action, need to see the way God is acting, need to see what God is doing, and then emulate what God is doing, just like Jesus said, what I see the Father do, I do. And when we do that, we grow in God and become as powerful as He could be here on earth. So when the devil discovered that, I cannot stop you from having the image of God in your spirit, but I can actually disconnect you, distract you from the likeness of God. So if I do that, you could have the deposits of God, but you will be not powerful. You'll be so less powerful that you could just be ordinary. But God wants us to be as powerful as He is here on earth. GOSPOCAST continue right after this. Okay, I'm so excited to welcome you to the TGIF edition of GOSPOCAST. My name is Star and I'll be your host for today. What are we talking about? Today, I told you yesterday, we're going to talk about the New Age Idol. And the title today is the New Age Idol. We're still running on the series, The Image. And today we're talking about the New Age Idol. In other words, I call it the worship of pleasant things. The worship of pleasant things. So now look at what happened here. We talked about yesterday that the devil wants to stop you from seeing what God is doing, from hearing from God, so that deposit in your spirit, that godlike image deposit in your spirit will be grown and blow up and become as powerful as God. So it comes through the fellowship with God, and this fellowship causes us to emulate from God, to learn from God. And as we are learning from God, there is power released in our spirit to do things like God. So you see, the devil has seen that he can actually stop you from having the image of God. But that you have an image of God, it is not enough for your mind, your soul, and your body to operate like God. So what the devil will do is that he will try to disconnect you from having fellowship with God, from having reference for God, from the priority of making God first in everything. He's going to distract you, and the first way he did that was to reduce men to worship idols. You see, he made them to come down and tell helpless images to do things that God could do. How can helpless, molten, or craven images do things that God could do? No, God put it in you because He wants you to have dominion. He wants you to multiply. He wants you to subdue and replenish, because you have that power in your spirit. So He wants us to do that. But for us to do that, we have to learn from Him how He creates things, how He changes bad situation to good. And the devil doesn't want us to do that. So true idol worship was the first time that He made people to reject God, to reject the abilities in them, and become helpless and useless, bowing down to images, asking them to do what God has put inside you or inside them to do. So now we are talking about this, and it's funny because many of us are still thinking that the devil is still living in the stone age of making people create wooden images and bow to it. No. There has been a paradigm shift. Now, let me say it again. There is a paradigm shift. The idol worship of the new age is the worship of pleasant things. It's no more the worship of helpless wooden image that can't do anything. No, I'm talking about the worship of artificial intelligence, the worship of tools and equipment and machines and things that are spectacular, sophisticated. So people have carried their attention, because what they want to achieve is to move your attention to something that is capable of holding your attention for the rest of your life. Some of us are caught in it, and you see the series is going. If your attention is in machine or in cars or in phones or in relationship or whatever you can put your attention on, there is this yearly renewal just to make sure that people's mind are there and can't go out of there. It's coming, pleasant things, yearly model, sometimes six months model. They are coming in, and people are occupied. The highest priority in our minds, in our lives, has been occupied by things that look spectacular, that is the desire of the nations, that we have all this thing. And what is happening is that we are losing focus on God. We are stopped thinking the way God wants to think. We are not prioritizing God God in our life, we are not having fellowship with God as we should. We are not learning from God. We are not seeing God and doing what we are seeing Him do. We are no longer hearing from Him. The God of this world has blocked the eyes and the ears of many people that they cannot see anything from God. And that is, my brother and sister, what God is calling us today to wake up. Wake up. The reason we are living here is to be like God, to have dominion, to create things like God, and to glorify God in our bodies. And that is the reason. And if you're not careful, every other thing in your life has taken the priority of God. And if you're not careful, you will be a worship of the new age idol. God bless you. I'll run it off tomorrow.